welcome back to another episode of the It's Just Different podcast. And today we are going to talk about the season so far for the Michigan Wolverines. As you can see, 5-0 going into Indiana. What have I seen so far from this football team? Last time we talked about the Michigan Wolverines, I did my season preview and I told you that I hoped, but also predicted that J.J. McCarthy would be the quarterback, and as what happened after their little tryout, J.J. McCarthy became the starter. Cade eventually ended up getting hurt, so he's really the only guy who Michigan has as a legit QB who can give this team national championship aspirations. So it's kind of tough, but we all want to see the young kid play football, and he's out there doing his thing, man. Any worries about this team for myself? No. The Maryland game a couple weeks back was kind of a sketchy one, but I also felt like they just wasn't in the rhythm offensively in that game. Blake Corum, we had 243 yards rushing in that game. Incredible. So, I feel like the offense needs to get a little better. But I also feel like they haven't really just opened it all the way up yet. So, again, we're in the 5th game of the season. Indiana, to me, is the perfect opponent on the road to open it up and let JJ be JJ. Let the offense be let the receivers fly around a little bit. They are not a good football team. They have a lot of injuries as well. Last week we went into Iowa, have not won there in forever. Jim Harbaugh called it the place where top 5 teams die, and the record showed that they were beating a lot of top 5 teams in that stadium, oddly, regardless of how good they were. But I had no. I mean, their offense is so horrible in Iowa. I had no worries at all. Some people are upset that the offense looked kind of stagnant and boring in that game. It's coaching, right? It's playing. If I don't believe that you can score points on me, and your defense leads your offense scoring wise in most games, which is really, really weird. I'm not gonna force myself to do things to help you out, right? Even with that, JJ threw the ball 24 times in that game. I just feel like they just called for him. Look, man, this defense, they thrive off turnovers. They turn them to instant points. They change field position. Look, man, we're not gonna help them out. They can't do anything offensively. So let's just run the ball, play safe, and get out of here. And they did that. So now we got Indiana. The week after that, we got Penn State. May's out. Noon kickoff. I'm expecting it to be on Fox. I think that'd be like 4 weeks in a row on Fox. That's crazy. But then we got the bye, and then the week after that is Michigan State, and they are going through a lot. Like, I gave them a little positive vibe in my preview video. They're bad. Like, yeah, their defense might be worse than what it was last year. Remember, Cade threw for, almost 400 yards passing in that game? And he left maybe 125 more yards on the field, right? So, that game is going to be what it is, because State always, that's their national championship, so they're going to be up for that game. I still feel like this is a one-game season. I don't want to overlook Penn State, but they always play bad in Michigan. I don't know what that is. I don't trust James Franklin, so whatever. That game in November, man. That game in November, and I believe they, for the first time this season, are leaving Ohio. They're going to, they play State this week, and that's going to be it. That might be worse than last year's. Last year, we remember what happened in that game last year. Um, but yeah, man, Michigan. It's. I listen. I was trying to find a way to say we won't go into that game undefeated, but it's very, very clear. The Big Ten is not great um, at all this year. It's clear both teams should uh, be undefeated in that game at the end of the year. The tricky thing about it is Michigan has Illinois the week before that, and Illinois is having a fantastic season, and Ohio State has Maryland the week before. So both teams, unless those teams fall off a cliff, both teams should be tested going into that game. So that could easily be trap week. That could easily be trap week. We'll see what happens going forward. But right now, Michigan goes to Indiana. Was a 20-point favorite. They should cover that spread easily. I the offensive line for this team has been amazing. The defense is coming along. Listen, Mike Sainristil. I got to talk about Mike Sainristil. Mike Sainristil at cornerback, switching from wide receiver to cornerback. He looked like he been playing defensive back since day one. Like, this dude is fast. He tackles. He doesn't make mistakes. He said he doesn't make the same mistake twice. You got the speed on the outside. We can contend people's receivers. We have safeties, R.J. Moten. We got true freshmen on the line. We got Derek Moore, defensive end. We got Mason Graham at defensive tackle, starting, which doesn't ever happen. We got Mike Morris. We got Mozzie Smith. We got was it Anami Oki now coming off the edge, and he's showing why he was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Listen, man, Junior Colson, that linebacker. Listen, man, this team, they're revving up. They're revving up, man. Jim Harbaugh says there's meat still in the bone left for this team. So, in the end of this week, we'll talk some more Michigan football next week, man. Another W. Peace.